Common habits and lifestyle choices in older adults can significantly accelerate cognitive decline, damaging memory and mental health. Unfortunately, some of the most common brain mistakes negatively impact success at work, damage relationships, lead to issues like memory loss, cognitive decline, depression, and anxiety, and ultimately, ruin lives. These are the 8 mistakes and bad habits that damage memory and mental health. 1. Social isolation and loneliness. The mistake. Withdrawing from social contact and spending too much time alone. The damage. Loneliness is strongly linked to higher risks of dementia and faster cognitive decline. Socially inactive individuals may lose more brain gray matter, which is vital for processing information. Humans require stable relationships and connection, and lack of them can lead to depression, anxiety, and low self-esteem, which are harmful to mental health. According to a meta-analysis co-authored by Julianne Holt-Lundstad, Ph.D., a professor of psychology and neuroscience at Brigham Young University, lack of social connection heightens health risks and are twice as harmful to physical and mental health as obesity. 2. Ignoring chronic stress and negative thinking. The mistake. Allowing chronic stress to go unmanaged, or fostering a my way or highway mindset, which raises cortisol levels. The damage. Chronic stress can kill brain cells and shrink the prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for memory and learning. Dr. Monteith, professor of clinical neurology at the University of Miami Miller School of Medicine, stressed that constant state of stress and alertness can impair cognitive abilities, making it harder to focus, make decisions, regulate emotions. 3. Poor sleeping habits. The mistake. Failing to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep or ignoring sleep disorders like apnea. The damage. Poor sleep impairs the brain's ability to clear toxins and consolidate memories, which can lead to accelerated cognitive decline. Santiago Clocchiati Tuozo, MD, postdoctoral fellow in the Falcone Lab at Yale School of Medicine, said that sleeping too much or too little is associated with poor brain health. His findings add to the mounting evidence that sleep is a prime pillar of brain health. 4. Chronic sedentary lifestyle. The mistake. Sitting for over 6.5 hours a day and not engaging in regular physical movement. The damage. Too much sitting is linked to thinning of the medial temporal lobe, MTL, a brain region crucial for forming new memories. A published clinical study at the National Library of Medicine presented that sedentary behavior, example, prolonged sitting, differentially linked to brain health deterioration in middle age and older adults. 5. Overuse of specific medications. The mistake. Prolonged use of over-the-counter medications that are anticholinergics, e.g., Benadryl, Dimetap, Unisom, or certain sleeping pills, tranquilizers, and blood pressure meds. The damage. These drugs are linked to physical brain changes that increase dementia risk. Joshua Niznik, an assistant professor of medicine at the University of North Carolina School of Medicine in Chapel Hill, narrated that the biggest concern with medications that mess with neurotransmitter activity is when several are used concurrently, when they are used at high doses, and when they are used for long periods of time. Certain medications can affect both short and long-term memory, while others may affect only one. Another significant mistake that people make, which negatively impacts their brain health, is the lack of mental stimulation. This issue will be explored later, as 2 clinical studies will be presented that demonstrate a direct link between insufficient mental engagement and a more rapid decline in mental health. 6. Poor diet and excessive alcohol. The mistake. Consuming high amounts of sugary drinks, trans fats, and ultra-processed foods, or excessive drinking. The damage. Diets high in processed foods and sugar can shrink the brain and impair the hippocampus, while excessive alcohol can lead to alcohol-related brain damage, ARBD. A topic on neuroscience. The Brain in Addiction and Recovery of the Healthcare Professionals Core Resource on Alcohol stated that, as individuals continue to drink alcohol over time, progressive changes can occur in the structure and function of their brains. These changes can compromise brain function and mental health. 7. Ignoring hearing or vision loss. The mistake. Not wearing hearing aids or glasses. The damage. Untreated hearing loss forces the brain to work harder to understand, leaving less capacity for memory storage. A link between vision loss and cognition has been published at the website For Eyes Optometrist. It mentioned and discussed numerous studies about vision impairment and increase of cognitive decline and dementia in older adults. Nagarajan et al., 2022. 8. Lack of mental stimulation and excessive TV screen time. The mistake. Replacing active hobbies, reading, puzzles, socializing, with excessive passive TV watching, especially in middle age. The damage. A passive mind loses plasticity, making the brain less able to form new connections. Brain plasticity, or neuroplasticity, is the brain's remarkable ability to reorganize its structure, functions, and neural connections throughout life in response to experience, learning, or injury. The hazards of excessive TV screen time impacts on physical health, mental health, and overall well-being has been published at the National Library of Medicine, citing the physical hazards of eye strain, neck and shoulder pain, and back pain, while mental health hazards include increased levels of depression, anxiety, and other mood disorders. Pediatrician Michael Rich of the Center on Media and Health at Boston Children's Hospital also opined that the digital landscape of the modern world has interfered everyone's creativity and sleeping patterns, so it is important to manage this online behavior, as interfering sleep quality and creativity has an impact on brain health and memory. These are the 8 mistakes of people that destroys memory and mental health. If this video helps you understand people's mistakes that destroys memory and mental health, hit the like button. It tells the information is worth sharing with more people who need it. If you're new here, we share daily health tips to help you stay active and vibrant. So, subscribe to this channel to join our community. Until next time, thanks for watching.